responding.
Then use the auxiliary thrusters.
We're in some kind of gravimetric gradient. It's pulling us toward the planet.
Brighter than Tahal, or any of his brothers in the sky. What does he want from us? To answer that, we must learn the nature of this god. We must understand the reason for his arrival. You are making an offering to Tahal.
I placed the fire fruit on his altar. Then the ground shook. I looked up, and the new one was there.
Fire fruit. Where is it? The new one doesn't want Tahal to have the fire fruit. Make an altar for him, as big as Tahal's. The fire fruit is only for the new one, no more for the people. It's his alone. Ground shaker, light breaker. Take this today and every day. Accept our offering. Do not harm us. Good voice.
We're in a synchronous orbit, 57,000 kilometers above the planet's equator. Good work, Tom. Now let's take patting the wrong guy in the back.
Explain.
Our thrusters went offline halfway through our descent, and then we just stopped, like we were caught in something.
I'm picking up a strong tachyon field along the hull. It could be what's holding us.
7-9 to the bridge.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Please report to astrometrics. There's something you must see.
On my way. Dakota.
Lining up a tachyon core. It's produced a flex-based particle field which runs between the poles. Voyager's arrival disrupted that field.
It looks like the ship's been caught in an eddy at some point.
What's worse than that? Voyager seems to have become the planet's third pole.
The imbalance is affecting the outer crust. I picked up indications of high-frequency seismic activity.
Caused by our presence?
Possibly.
Does anybody live down there?
The atmosphere is having a scattering effect on our senses.
That vegetation?
According to sensors, yes.
The tachyon core has created a space-time differential between the planet and the surrounding space. We're watching the seasons change in a matter of seconds.
For each second that passes on Voyager, nearly a day goes by.
What? Scan for inhabitants.
I can't isolate individual life forms. It'll take time to correct the space-time differential.
A couple of 100 years, maybe? If our orbit starts to decay, Voyager will begin to feel the effects of the differential, and will begin aging hundreds of times faster than we would in normal space.
Unless we want to live our lives in the blink of an eye, I suggest we find a way out of here.
How's our warp core?
The matter-antimatter reaction is still active, but the field we're stuck in is breaking hell with the cells until we break orbit. Warp drive is awesome.
Without warp drive, we'll never leave orbit.
It does pose a bit of a problem, doesn't it?
Maybe the key is to learn more about this planet, in case we're missing something.
Sensors aren't cutting me to come to either.
Then let's modify the Class 5 probe for low orbit. See what we can pick up. Configure the program to scan along all subspace bands, and set it for visual images every 10 milliseconds.
Snapshots.
Why do I get the feeling you're not just interested in tachyon fields?
This could be the greatest anthropological find of my career. If there's an intelligent species down there, we'll be able to track their development, not just for days or weeks, but for centuries.
Watch them discover new and better ways of beating each other over the head.
They won't necessarily follow the Klingon model.
As opposed to the human model? It'll take a few hours to make the adjustments.
A few hours. We might miss the rise and fall of the civilization.
And we'll watch the next one.
More heat. Yes, Protector. There are grave matters of state here that cannot be delayed.
Protector, what exactly are you doing?
I'm sending him a letter.
Sending who letter?
The ground shaker. The light bringer.
Had you been more attentive to my lessons when you were a boy, you would not be so gullible as a man.
On the contrary, you taught me well. Our ignorant ancestors believed every star was a deity. You taught me how foolish that was. Superstition, you called it.
And that's exactly what it is.
Hungry?
Not so bad fortune to reach the firewood.
According to whom? Our ancestors? Don't tell me you believe that old superstition. Perhaps we shouldn't completely ignore the old beliefs, no matter how strange they may seem today. Ground shaker. Ground shaker. Isn't it possible the name was not given arbitrarily? That this star is indeed responsible for knocking down our walls and making us stumble as we walk?
Oh, yes, I heard about that. My condolences.
You heard what?
Well, that you stumbled in front of several important people during the last ground shake. Very embarrassing, I'm sure.
I did nothing of the sort.
Well, not yet. My hearing is not as good as it used to be, nor my memory either. Now, what were we talking about?
We were talking about ancient superstitions. Now, I don't believe for a moment that the stars are gods, but then, what are they?
A great mystery to which there is no answer.
I believe the sky is full of people, just like ourselves.
Oh, nonsense.
Prove me wrong. I say each star encompasses a city, and the ground shaker rules one of these cities. Fellow Protector. If I'm correct, then he'll listen to me. One Protector to another. Your pen. I, Kellermain, son of Kellermain, ruler of the good people of the land below you, demand that you stop
Demand?